On this channel, $1 Million Made Easy, we look at both the accumulation stage and the withdrawal stage. In other words, we're going to look at the S&P 500 returns for the last 100 years, and we'll look where a person might be if it does anything like it's done in the last 100 years for the next 25, 30, 35, or 40 years, and also in the withdrawal stage where you might be using those same numbers. Somebody recently asked me if they had $2.5 million, $0.5 million. I don't want to have too many in. At $2.5 million. And I had to change this chart because they wanted to withdraw. I had it down to 10,000, but they wanted it a lot more than that. They wanted to do 22,500. I knew before even running the numbers, it's probably going to be a problem because that's withdrawing right here 10.8%. As you know, in this channel, we recommend staying within the 4% rule, not going with the 8% rule like Dave Ramsey, but I just want you to show you how many times you would run out of money, but especially I want you to notice just within the last 25 years. And if you would have done this in the year 2000 to 2008, you would have run out of money. Here's the 25 or 2,500,000 withdrawing 22,500. They want to do 270,000 a year, which would be 10.8%. They would be out of money in 10 years. Now, if you did just 10 years later, 2010, no problem. You've got millions left. Of course, on this channel, we've always recommended that you don't leave 100% in the S&P 500 once you retire. It's great for getting you to that $1 million or whatever sum you come up with. We recommend putting some, and most financial advisors would recommend that. I'm not a financial advisor, but maybe putting 30% over in a cash reserve account. So when the market is going down, for example, in the year 2000, the money's coming, this 270,000 is coming out of this over here instead of over here and knocking this down even quicker. So you'd be running out of money even sooner than that. But even in this case scenario, look how quickly you run out of money. But again, don't go much past 4%. Let's just go with a little bit less. Let's go with 8,250. There's your 4% right there, and then your money lasts. You can go down through here. But let's go back to 22,500. I'm getting ahead of myself here, but I was so shocked by that request. 22,500. Let's update this for every single year for the last 100 years with that scenario. In that scenario, let's go back up here, leaving it all in the S&P 500. 33 times you would have run out of money in the last 100 years. Is that a risk you want to take? 33 times out of the last 100 years? And that's not even putting any in the cash reserve. If you put some in the cash reserve, you actually come out worse. Here's why. Let me update this. Notice these 33s here. This is after 20 years. This is after 30 years. It's even more. Why? Because you're withdrawing 10.8%. And even though you have a cash reserve account, that's only, I put that in at 2%. Let's just change it to 3%. It's not going to change anything. It's still going to be, about guarantee it's still going to be the 42 and 43. Even if no, it went down a little bit. Take that back. But again, you're running out of money so fast in so many different cases with this 22,500, even going with a cash reserve or not going with a cash reserve. You're running out of money. So again, hopefully these numbers make sense. Keep your withdrawal rate to within 4%. Let's just run one other case scenario. Let's just go down to like 10,000. That would be 4.8%. Then how many times would you run out of money? Again, this is the 20-year, after 20 years, and this is after 30. Just two times, and both of those were in the Depression years, 1929 and 1930. So you could say to withdraw 4.8%. Let's just go a little bit farther. Let's go to 12,000. I love running numbers. This would be 5.76%. How many times we run out of money in the last 100 years? Just 3 and 3. So you're pretty safe going up to maybe 6% or so, but I sure wouldn't go much higher than that. Definitely wouldn't go to 10.8%. I just wanted to run these numbers for this individual. They asked me to run them, and I wanted to show them that that's not realistic in so many scenarios to withdraw 22,500 when you just start out with 2.5 million. Again, let me show you the numbers from the year 2000, just to show you how quickly you'd run out of money in the year 2000. Here are the numbers. it just knocks it down so fast that by the time you got this minus 37, it just wiped you out. You don't want to get anywhere close to withdrawing 10.8% unless you think these kind of returns aren't going to happen anymore. This just happened in the last 25 years. Let's look at one other scenario. I'm going by the 19. Let's see what 1973 and 74 might do. They were two down years. If you look at the last 100 years, the depression years are obviously the worst. We have a case where there's two down years in 73 and 74 and three down years in 2002, and then this one that really finished off that decade really horribly, down 37. Let's just look at 1973 and 74, since there were two down years. Just curious where this individual might be. Yeah, you're running out of money. 73 and 74, because it just knocked it down so fast, just down 14 and down 26, and you're taking out 10.8%. That's knocking it down even quicker. So you're out of money within 9 years. So you don't want to be taking out anything close to 10.80%. Keep it closer to 4%, and that's when you're going to have the numbers that you're probably not going to run out of money, except maybe in the depression type years, 1929 and 1930. Our channel is called $1 Million Made Easy. We were looking at the withdrawal stage on this one. I just want to run the numbers for somebody. We look at the accumulation stage and the withdrawal stage using the S&P 500 historical returns for the last 100 years. Please consider subscribing. Tell your friends about this channel. I'll run numbers. Anybody they ask for, I'll run numbers in the comments, just like I did for this individual. Thanks for watching.